Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, just let us know. We are live and we are ready to go. Okay. If you can hear me loud and clear, just comment I can hear you so we can begin proper. All right. Okay. Three persons can hear me. So let's just take. Okay, people are joining in. Let's just wait. When we have up to 15 in the next 1 minute, I think we'll be able to move. All right, let's just give them a few minutes to join in. I've dropped the link on the WhatsApp. So let's give them a few minutes to join in. Okay, we're already at 11. Okay. All right. Okay, we start in the next 1 minute, give or take. All right, I will be doing an introduction of myself before we commence. So those that are coming in will join in with us as we continue with the lessons that we have for tonight. Um, you're welcome to this bootcamp. This is day one of the Excel Data Analysis Bootcamp, which is supposed to span for a period of 3 weeks, starting from today. The class will be running on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday from the hours of 8 p.m. downward. At most, I'm looking at to be closing by 10, 9:30, 10 thereabout. But we have syllables that we need to cover up. So the earlier and the faster we cover the syllabus, the shorter the time frame for the class. But it is my desire that beyond just attending this class, you are going to learn skills that will help you become better persons. You're going to learn skills that you can apply to your daily lives and will help you achieve more, maximize, and be able to save time. Now, I am your host, Samson Adejimo. I am the brand owner of Samadex Communication Services, also the leading team lead of Value Seekers Community, and Inceptor Hub is the branch of Samadex Communication that has to do with company and building businesses. I'm also privileged to be the co-owner of Inceptor Hub, right? I'm going to be dropping my portfolio on WhatsApp so we can see or know more. And you can also dash into the About Me section on my catalog on WhatsApp and you will know more about me. But today we are looking at time and we are working with time and we are going to be going properly into our class for today. I'll just take a short prayer because I love involving God in things we do so we can make progress. So I just pray that God will help us to make the most of our time here and that everything we'll be learning will bless and the knowledge we need, the Lord will release unto us and give us the grace to assimilate better than we can even imagine. Thank you very much and I pray. Thank God. All right. I'm going to be sharing my screen now, and I want you to let me know if you can see my screen so that we can proceed. All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right away. 1 minute. If you can see my screen, just let me know once I ask you to. I'm still sharing it. Okay. All right. If you can see my, let me know. Say type it on the comment section. I can see your screen so that I can be sure we are on the same page. Okay, okay. All right, thank you. You can see my screen. That's good news. So, without further ado, let's move straight into what we have for today. Now, today is the introduction to data analysis and the Excel interface. So, I'm going to be walking you through the process of data analysis and what Excel interface is all about. As you can see, the topics we have for tonight are three topics. The first one being what is data analysis, the second one being career paths in data analysis, and the third one being exploring the Excel interface. As I said earlier, in one of the messages I dropped on the group, this is a practical class, not theory. I'm not just going to be speaking English a lot, but we're going to be seeing firsthand how to actually do the things that we are saying. And for those of us that have gotten the ebook, you must have gone through it and see that that ebook is rich enough that even without a mentor, without someone teaching you, the lessons in that ebook is something that can make you start the journey in Excel without difficulties. All right. If I'm fast, you can just indicate and say, "Sir, you should, so I can reduce my speed." But if we're okay, I think we are good to go. All right. So let's start. Now, the first thing that we have here is introduction to data analysis, as I said earlier. And my expectation is that by the end of this session, you'll be able to understand what data analysis is. You'll be able to understand why it matters. And another thing is that you'll be able to explore career opportunities in data analysis, navigate the Excel interface with confidence, ultimately create and save your first Excel ebook. It is paramount for you to know that for every lesson we are going to be learning, there is going to be an assignment. So it is not just one of those trainings that you come and you will just do it for doing sake. No, this is a formal education. We're going to be learning, we're going to be scoring you, we're going to be grading your assignments and be giving you feedback on where you need improvement. So that's it. So let's move on. All right. Data analysis. Data analysis is the process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data to discover useful information, draw conclusions, and support decision making. If you look at this, the key thing is that you have raw data, you transform the data, and you use the data to discover useful information, draw conclusions, and support decision making. By the end of this bootcamp, you understand what this definition really is because we're going to be seeing it practically, where we will get data that does not make sense, raw data, and at the end of it, the data will be able to produce analysis where you can see, for example, let's say you have a data of a supermarket, you just saw different data and it's raw. There is nothing that is making sense. But at the end of data analysis, you'll be able to know which month you had the highest sale. You will know which product made the best sale. You will know which discount offer or which period do people purchase something the most. That's what data analysis help you do, right? So it involves using statistical and logical techniques to turn raw, unstructured data into actionable insights that can be used for business, scientific research, and social science. Every sphere data analysis cut across. And we're going to be seeing that in the lessons that we're learning for today. Regardless of what you are doing or who you are, data analysis is for you. Yes. Even as a business person, data analysis helps your business become better. And we're going to be saying that as we proceed tonight. If you can still hear me, just say I can hear you. I want to be sure that we are moving together. Yes, yes, yes. If you can hear me, say I can hear you, so I will be sure we are together. All right, okay. So now this process helps organization make more informed decision, as I earlier said, evaluate performance. You'll be able to check score sheets to even know who took first in your class. All these things are possible with data analysis. It helps them make prediction about future outcomes. Now, who is a data analyst? A data analyst is someone that gathers information, that's data, looks for meaningful patterns in it, that's by analyzing it, and shares their finding with those they work with to help them make decisions. I am a data analyst. You also can be a data analyst, right? Now, once you do what is here, you are a data analyst. Now, there's a difference between data analytics and data analyst, but we'll not be going into that today because we are working with time. Now, this is a case scenario. If you work for a hospital as a data analyst, you might gather data from patient record to determine the effectiveness of certain treatments. In a marketing setting, you might analyze website visitors demographics to determine if your company is reaching its target audience. These are practical case scenario where data analysts function. As a data analyst in the financial sector, you might analyze a company's investment portfolio to identify trends and give advice about future investment decisions. Yes. So as a data analyst, you have different functions in different organization. There is nowhere they don't need a data analyst. As long as you have the skills, I can guarantee you that you can put that skill into work and people are willing to pay for it. All right, let's move on. What are the 5 steps of data analysis? We have 5 steps of data analysis. The first step is that you identify the business question you would like to answer. Now, data analysts use data to solve problems, which we have established. But what is the process they use? The first one is identifying the business question you like to answer. What problem is the company trying to solve? As a data analyst, you need to know what is the problem, because if you don't know the problem, you will not be able to tailor your data, your raw data, to give you the results that you really need. For example, if the problem that the supermarkets want to know is which products are they losing sales for, or are they not making enough sales for, then your data set, you'll be able to tailor it in such a way that you will get that. But if you don't know the problem you're trying to solve, you have already failed data analysis even before you start. So the first thing you need to do is identify the business question you would like to answer. What problem are you trying to solve? Now, the second thing is to collect the raw data sets you will need to help you answer this identified question. I'm going to be using a different example to explain this. Science students will be able to relate better. During your final year, you do what is called projects. And during these projects, most students use questionnaires. I'm talking of the undergraduate now. Now, what that questionnaire does is it helps you to collect raw data. It is a data analyst that turn those raw data into sense. Yes, they will collect demographics, how many farmers, how old are they Christian, are they Muslims, what's their age bracket, do they love this thing, do they hate this thing. You might not be able to make sense out of those data because they are raw. But once a data analyst fixed on those data, they'll be able to bring out a graph that shows the problem and how to solve the problem. So you collecting the raw data sets, you will need to help you answer the identified question. The third thing is to clean the data to prepare it for analysis. Now, raw data must be cleaned. A data analyst that cannot clean data is a fake data analyst. The reason is because if your data is rough, you will not be able to perform effectively. The results will even be wrong. So you have to be able to clean the data. I was working on a project 2 days ago, and while I was working on that project, I omitted one blank space, just one. This data set was over 30 pages, and I omitted just one blank space. And now, because of that blank space I omitted, it changed the value of the. Okay, I was trying to analyze the. I was given three trucks, and I was trying to analyze which of the trucks is economical, or which of them is not benefiting the company. So after analyzing it, because of that blank space, the result I got was totally wrong. And when I identified that, I had to walk back and reanalyze again. This time I got from um red sign showing that the truck was leading to a loss. The data set became green just because of one blank space. So if you cannot clean your data, you cannot analyze properly. And during these 3 weeks, I'm going to be teaching you how to clean your data like a professional. Yes. So that's that. The next step is analyzing your data. Now, there are different tools you can use to analyze your data. There are different tools. Being familiar with these tools gives you the edge over someone that does not know about this tool. Yes. So it is also a key step in data analysis. The next thing is interpret the result of your analysis. The ultimate reason for data analysis is interpretation. If you cannot interpret your results, then there is no point doing data analysis in the first place. So until this 5 step is complete, your data analysis journey is not yet complete. Are we together? Are you understanding? Am I too fast? Drop it on the comment section so that I can um drop again. Okay, someone says the steps are not clear. Okay, I'm going to drop the steps. I'm going to drop the steps on the WhatsApp platform so you can see them. All right, let's move on. What are the career paths that exist in data analysis? Now, data analysts can work in diverse roles, such as they can work in the business field as a data analyst. Yes. And when I talk about the business field, it's not limited to a particular field. Any field that has to do with business, and that is all field, a data analyst can work there. Financial analyst, yes, in the a data analyst is working in the bank. In fact, your bank statement that you see every month, that is the work of a data analyst. You will see, if you have checked your bank statement, you realize that at the upper level of your bank statement, there is always a pie chart, there is always a graph that shows your income, that shows transfers, that shows deposits, that shows withdrawals. That's data analysis. So there's a career path in financial um job role. Another one is operation analyst. Operation analysts are analysts that helps in operation, anything that has to do with operation term, the working principle of something. Yes, you can analyze any operation, whether it is, in fact, you can see people that are into football. That's an operation analyst. People that are into election, people that are analyzing who will win this election, who according to past data, according to the population of a state. These are operation analysts. So you can, the data analyst career path is versatile. It touches every sphere. Marketing analysts, these are people in the marketing field. Marketers, they can, you cannot be a good marketer if you cannot analyze your data. How will you know when you are making sales? How will you know your turnover? How will you know profit? You see, you can actually have a a big turnover and don't have good profits. It is through marketing analysis you can detect that. Data visualization specialists, these are people that come up with visualization. They come up with things like an infographics to help you understand. If you have ever seen this World Health Program, or you see they use data analysis to bring out their results. When they are talking about global warming, many people used to sleep, but when they use data analysis, they explain it in such a way that it is catchy and it passes information. So data analysis is very important. Peradventure you have not been seeing it as something that you need. This is a call for you to know that every career needs a data analyst. So you having these skills is a plus to you. Whether you're a nurse, whether you're a student, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are a mechanic, call it. Data analyst is important. So we'll be moving on to the next slide. So we are now in the second part. We are learning three things today. We are through the first part. This is going to be the second part, and very soon we are going to be entering the third part. Now, the second part, let's follow through as we go on. All right. So, brief introduction on Excel. Many of you, if not all of us, are already aware of Excel. We know about Excel, but we might not be able to use Excel. Now, Excel is a spreadsheet program. That's the first thing you need to know. If you do not remember anything, remember Excel is a spreadsheet program. There are other spreadsheet programs, but one of the most common is Excel. Microsoft Excel. It was developed by Microsoft. Now, what does it do? It organizes data in columns and allows you to do mathematical function. It runs on Windows, it runs on Mac OS, it runs on Android and iOS. Yes, it was released in 1985 and has gone through several changes over the years. Now, if you remember, I dropped a link 2 days ago and yesterday. You should, because each year that a new version comes out, they add new features into it that makes mathematical equations easier. So, however, the main functionality mostly remains the same, just that each new version has something that is better, that makes work. Unlike before, pivot tables are manual, but now AI can even help you to develop pivot tables. AI can help you to make meaning out of your data. AI can help you to even run some analysis possible way. So using the latest Excel gives you an edge over someone using an old model Excel. All right. Next, what are the uses of Excel? Now I'm going to be listing different uses of Excel. I won't be explaining them much, but you can pick these points and go and check it online if you want more explanation on it. The first use is analysis, which I have explained, which is the key thing we are doing in this bootcamp. The next thing is data entry. Data entry. Excel is used for data entry. For many of you that want to get a data entry job, you must know Excel. It's compulsory. Without having Excel, you cannot apply as a data entry clerk. Yes, they will not take you. It is a prerequisite skill that you have to have. Another thing is data management. Yes, Excel is used for data management. Excel is used for accounting. I've explained earlier that banks use Excel. Is a must. Spreadsheet is the banking tool. So accounting is used for budgeting. Is used for data analysis. Is used for visuals and graphs. Is used for programming. Yes, it's used for programming. It's used for financial modeling and much, much more. The uses of Excel is inexhaustible. It's numerous. The uses are numerous. So you can always learn from Excel. So why Excel for data analysis? Excel is not the only tool for data analysis. There are other tools like Power BI, SQL, and so on and so forth. But why Excel? Now, the reason I'm using Excel or why I'm teaching with Excel is this. It is the most popular spreadsheet program in the world, no doubt. Secondly, it is easy to learn and to get started. You do not need an advanced knowledge. You do not need doctorate degree to learn Excel. Even if you did not go to school, you can use Excel as long as you can read and you can write. The skill ceiling is high. You see, every day, whenever I keep on learning Excel on a daily basis, one thing keeps coming to me. You cannot know Excel all. You cannot, regardless of who you are. There is always something to know. There's always something to learn. The functionality of Excel is vast. There is sophisticated tools present on the Excel app. So you can do more advanced things as you become better. You can use it with both work and in everyday life, such as to create a family budget. In fact, to even your daily spending, to track your spending habits, you can use Excel. Another thing is that it has a huge community support. You run into a problem, there are questions online, and there are forums that can help you to answer it. It is continuously supported by Microsoft. Templates and frameworks can be reused by yourself and others, lowering creation cost. Most of the templates on Excel are free. Most of them are free. All right, that's said and done. We move on to the other key part, exploring the Excel interface. All right. So I'm going to be changing the share screen. But before, let me ask us, are we understanding the class? Are we understanding the class? So that I can move on to the next. Yes. I need our feedback. Let's comment. Let's comment. How is the class going? Yes, let's comment. Okay. All right. I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving the feedback. Yes. So I'm not going to be dropping the attendance sheets today, but I'm going to be taking cognizance of those that were online today. Now, the reason I'm not dropping the attendance sheets today is because I want to be able to give the newcomers room to also participate, because some of them were not aware of the attendance strictness. But starting from Wednesday, you'll be seeing the attendance and you have to fill it so that we'll be sure that you are present in the class. Now, the reason is this: I'm not just issuing certificate because you gave me money. No, nah. If you do not meet the qualification for the certificate, I will not issue the certificate. Even if you paid, you must be able to meet the qualification. We are making it a formal setting. Okay, someone said I should try to be slow so that they can jot. All right. Okay, don't worry. They will still going. There's going to be a recording. I'm going to drop the link so you can always go back and rewatch it. I don't want to keep us too much because I'm going to be spending more time on explaining the Excel interface, which is why I was trying to finish the first and second session by 30 minutes. And to the glory of God, we are 28 minutes and 40 seconds, which means that I'm working with the time. All right. So thank you for your observation. So moving forward, we're going to straight to the Excel interface. Yes. All right, so if you can see the Excel screen, let me know. Type I can see your screen, Excel screen, so that I can start the teaching on Excel. Okay, okay. All right, okay. Okay, it's black. Let me read. Okay. All right, okay. 1 minute. I will close the app and reopen it to see why the Excel is showing. I'm closing the app right away. I'm relaunching it. All right, okay. Yes, I can. I'm monitoring it. I can see it's blank. I'm relaunching the app. Okay. 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 Sorry. 1 minute. All right. I'm going to be sharing. I've shared it. Let's see. It's still blank. All right. I'm going to change the share. Okay. Finally, it's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. I think I can see my screen now. Can you see my screen? I can see my screen. Okay. All right. We can all see the screen now. Confirm if you can see the screen from your end, please. Confirm if you can see the screen from your end. All right. Okay. It's okay now. All right. So I'm going to be giving you a lowdown. I will pretend, or let me don't say pretend. I will assume that you know nothing about Excel. So peradventure you already are at an intermediate level or you are at an expert level. Bear with me. We are going to get to your level. But for the sake of those that are beginners, for the sake of those that do not know Excel or are not familiar with the interface, I'm going to be explaining the interface in bits by bits. So please bear with me. So peradventure you are on a higher level, help us to hold the fort till we get to your level. Now, this is the Excel interface. I'm using the Microsoft 365. So this is how it looks like. If it is the WPS, it also looks similar, but it's different. Now, I'm using this because there are some functions that Microsoft 365 gives me flexibility to use, and which is why I enjoy it. Right? Now, what you see here, this cell A, B, C, we're going to get there. I'm going to explain what everything means. Now, whenever you open your Excel sheets, in this session, okay, this is how your Excel sheet will open, where you will see this blank workbook, inventory list, welcome to Excel for like this. This is how your Excel sheet will open. Blank workbook, what it means is that you are opening a workbook that has nothing in it. Unlike Word, in Word it is called pages. It's called pages in Microsoft Word. But in Excel, it is called workbook. In Excel, it is called workbook. So whenever you open a blank workbook, you are opening a new page. That's the implication. This is new. And now the meaning of these other things is that you can use a template. I'm not going to be dwelling much on that, but here is it. You can see it. I'm hovering over it now. Template. Template is already how they have designed it. All you have to do is to adopt it, then you edit it. So you can explore that in your leisure time. But I'm going to be dwelling more on the blank. Right? So this is the blank workbook. So I'm going to open up the blank workbook now. And once we open it up, this is how it comes up. Right? Now, these parts, of this whole part, from this clipboard, this paste, down to this place. Can you see my screen? Is is called the ribbon. It is called the ribbon. The ribbon. Now, the ribbon is where all other tabs are present. All other tabs are present in the ribbon. Some part of the Excel windows, you can close the ribbon or you can open the ribbon. Look at it here, ribbon display option. If you click on it, you can either always show ribbon, show tabs only, full screen, or you can close it or hide. So this whole place is called the ribbon. So if I ask you to go to the ribbon section, what I'm saying is that go to where clipboard, font, alignment, all this whole place is called the ribbon. Yes, that's what it's called, the ribbon. Now, under the ribbon, the first one that you see here, there is the home tab. On the home tab houses a good number of shortcut features that you can use for Excel. The first one being clipboard. I'll be explaining them one by one so you can understand what it means. By adventure, you have been seeing it and you don't even know what it means. Today, you are going to understand what each of these things means. So, the first one is the clipboard section. Now, the clipboard section contains paste. Whenever you copy a text, you can come and paste using this place. Let's look at it here. Paste. This one that look like scissors is called cut. It's not copy, it's called cut. That means that if there is a text, let's practicalize it so that we'll be doing it together. Let's say I write my name Sam. If I touch it and I touch this one, it's cut. If I put it somewhere else and I paste, it carries everything. It's cut. The one after it is called copy, not cut. The difference between cut and copy is that when you use copy, you duplicate. But when you use cut, you remove it entirely and you take it. I've shown us an example of cut. Now let me show us an example of copy. When I click it and I come here and I paste, you can see it's duplicated. It copied this one and it pasted it here. The next one that is here is format painter. That means it will remove the colors, it will remove it. You can add anything you want to add on it. Maybe there was a font size, there was a particular something, it will carry it. That's what it is. Format painter. Are we together? If you are with me, just tell me I am with you so that I can be sure that I'm not talking to myself. Let's type I am with you so that we're sure that we are together. All right, okay, let's move on. Now, after the clipboard, the next thing we have is called the font group. Font group. Each of these is called a group. Everything inside is called a group. So is the next thing is the font group. Now, under the font group, the first one that we have here is font. What font means is that what is the how do you want the text to look like? For example, you can see how this Sam is. Once I change the font to, let's say I change it to this, you can see that the font has changed compared to the other one. So font, that's what font is. The next thing is font size. The bigger it is, like that, you see, it increases the size. The next thing is increase font size, reduce font size, or decrease font size as the case may be. This other one is bold. Bold. This letter B is bold. The next one is italics, to italicize your text. The next one is underline. The next one is border. Under this border, there's a drop down menu. And for that drop down menu, you can see different types of border. bottom border, top border, left border, right border, no border, all border. In our next class, I'm going to be teaching us how to use some of these borders. Yes. So the next one is called fill color. If I touch it, you will be able to fill color to a cell. So if you have seen cells that have different color, this is what they use. You can change the color to any color of your choice. You can see that it's changing. You can fill it with any color of your choice. The next one is font color. Not now, unlike fill color deals with the cell. Font color, on the other hand, deals with the text in the cell. For example, if I change this, you can see the text has turned to red. The text has become red. So that's what font color does. And that's all with this group. On to the next group, we have the alignment, and this is just top align, middle align, bottom align, and this is just how you align your text. Align left, align middle, align right. This has to do with indentation, decrease indent and increase indent. This has to do with slanting your text. If I touch this one now and I touch here, it's going to slant the text. You can see. This has to do with slanting your text. So I think we're already learning. We're already learning. This has to do with slanting your text. The next one is called wrap text. What wrap text does is that if you have a text that is long, I'm going to practicalize it so that you can see. Let's say I have, let me type something. Sam is going home. You can see that this text is longer than the cell. Once I touch wrap text, what it does is that it breaks the text and make it visible that you can see it in the cell. So that's it. Moving on. The next one is merge and center. This is picking multiple cells and merging them to become one cells. Like for example, if I pick B and C and I touch it, it joins the cell together. It joins B and C together. That is merge cell. Now the next tab is called the number tab. Number tab. And under the number tab, what is present here, I'm going to be explaining this in our next class also in detail. This is what will determine what your text is. Is your text general? Is your text currency? Is it date? Is it time, fraction, percentage, and so on and so forth? When we are dealing with how to enter data, I'm going to be explaining more on this. The next one is currency. The next one is percentage. The next one is comma style. This comma helps you to put comma in the amount or in your figures. Let's practicalize it. If I write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8 8 9, you can see once I touch it and I touch this comma, it automatically turns it to money and it puts comma, or it turns it to numbers that has separate million, billion, like that. So that's what it does. The next one is to reduce, increase decimal or reduce decimal. Let's practicalize it. We can see it's two decimal that is here, 00. Let me increase so that we can see clearly. All right. I think we can see better now. I've increased the fonts or increase the view, not the font now, the view. You can see it here. Let me just explain that. This is where you zoom in, where I'm hovering around. Okay, my video is covering it. Where my head is, behind it, you will see a plus and minus. That's where you see your zoom. So now let's continue with the number. If you click on increase decimal, what it does is that it adds extra zero behind. If you click on reduce decimal, it removes the zero behind after the point, the decimal point. Yes. So that's it. The next one is called style, conditional formatting, format. I will not be explaining this one in details because we have other we have it slated for week 2. So you will get more understanding about this in week 2. Cells has to do with how to insert cells, delete, format cells. This editing tab has to do with formation. This is formula. This is summation. This is called summation sign. So you can see other formulas: summation, average, count number, like that. This one has to do with filling. It's called autofill. If you check the YouTube video I sent, this is the fill, but I use the shortcut key in the YouTube video that I dropped. This is called clear. This one does what it does is that it clears formatting. You can see this one now is yellow color and red. Once I touch here, it turns everything back to how it's supposed to be. See it? It has cleared everything. That's it. This is called filter, sort and filter. We are going to be explaining this in one of our classes also. The next one is called find and select. You can use this to find and select or find and replace your text. We also have a session where we are going to be explaining this in detail. Today, I'm just explaining the Excel interface for you. Going on, you might not have this WPS PDF on your own Excel. So the next thing you have is the insert tab. And just like the home tab, there are different groups also: table group, control group, chart group, sparkline filters, and so on and so forth. There is also a lecture where I'm going to be teaching you how to deal with tables. I think that's in the week 3. You're going to be learning how to work with tables, how to work with pivot tables, how to work with charts, how to work with bar charts, pie chart, line charts, even how to use AI to recommend charts. I'm going to be teaching you all that in the week 3. So that's that. The next one is the draw column. This one basically is to sign or to draw. That's what they use it for. The next one is page layout. Page layout has to do with themes. If you want colors, you want fonts, you want effects, that's the theme page. The next one is the page setup. This is how you arrange your margins when you want to print. Orientation has to do with portrait or landscape. This is the layout of your page when you want to print. Size. Basically, this is about your printing areas. So this is everything you need to know. This also is how your text look and thereabouts. So that's that. The next thing is the formula. Apologies if I'm a little bit fast. After the class, whatever you did not get, you can always rewatch, take it slowly, and assimilate. The recording will be dropped, so you can always assimilate it at your own pace. I don't want to keep us too long because we have a lot of things to cover. That's the reason I'm a little bit fast. Thank you for your understanding. All right, are we together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Are you learning? If you are learning, say I am learning. Let me be sure that I am actually saying something that makes sense. So let me see your comments. I am learning. I am learning. Drop it in your comment section. I am learning. All right. Only one person is learning. That's serious. Okay. All right. So the next thing, let's move on. The next thing is the formula. You see, I love formula. Honestly speaking, one of the features I love the most in Excel is formula. The reason is because something that is supposed to take you like 15 minutes, with formula you can do it in 3 seconds. But you have to know the formula. That's just the problem. The formula does not just come like that. You have to know the formula you're looking for. And one of the classes we're going to be learning in week 2 is how to know the formulas. In fact, I'm going to give you a comprehensive list of formulas that you can apply for different areas. Whether you want to look for average, I'll give you the formula. Whether you want to look for ranking, I'll give you the formula. Whether you want to look for um rating, you want to look for anything, I'm going to come up with a formula list and I'm going to send it to you so that anytime you can always look back at it and get the formula you want for a particular um endeavor. So I love the formula function. Okay, I will have practicalized it now, but that's not today. We have a session for formulas in week 2, so we're going to do that. All right. So I think there's a little bit intro also in week 1, just intro, but the main using the formula is in week 2. So data is the next tab, and all this has to do. This is advanced. Many beginners do not really get to this point. Review and view is the same thing with your Microsoft Word. For those of you that are familiar with Microsoft Word, Then the last thing is the developer tool. You might not see this present on your own Excel. And not might. You will not even see it present. This is because the developer tool is a tool that is for advanced. It's for VBA. It's called coding. I use it to code. There are some formula that is not present on Excel. Yes, it's not present in this formula bar, but you can develop it using Visual Basic Coding. So this is advanced Excel. So I'm not going to be touching that. I'm not going to be touching that. I still remembered. Let me share a little experience I had with this VBA coding. Last month, I was working on a project, and that particular project, I have to put Naira sign. And now, Excel cannot. There's no function that changes word to that changes number to words straight up with monetary values on Excel. There is no function. But with VBA coding, I was able to get a code. After running the code, the numbers will change with even naira and kobo. It was a challenging task, but I enjoyed it because at the end of the day I was satisfied. I was like, wow, this is good. If I just put in anything, it will give me, even with kobo, even with cent and all. So that's what Visual Basic is all about. Developer option on Excel. Peradventure, if I do an advanced class, I'm going to teach on Visual Basic. But for now, we're not going to be touching that. That is all about the ribbon section for the Excel interface. Oh yes, that's all about the ribbon section for the Excel interface. So let me move a little bit to the next session. Yes. All right, let me do this. In 3 minutes, in 7 minutes, I'm going to listen to you. Peradventure, you have question, so ask your question. So I'll answer it in 7 minutes, and I will continue. We are almost done. I think we just have like 4 or 5 other things to cover, and we are through with the class for today. So let me get your questions. If you have a question, just drop it for me, and I'll answer it right away. I'm waiting for your questions. And if you don't have any question, just say we are okay, so that I'll be sure that we are okay. All right, someone said there's a question, sir. All right, please ask your question. I'm waiting. Okay. All right. I can't see the question. Okay. The person has said is okay now. All right. Since it's okay, then let's move on. Then let's move on. The next thing that I'm going to be explaining to you is what you see here: A, B, C, D, E, F, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how Excel recognize data that you enter into it. In this column, you have alphabets, and in this row, you have numbers, right? If you check here, my cursor is currently on A1. There is A1 here. It's called the name box. If you want to know which cell you are currently in, you check here. It automatically tells you the cell you are in. Let me show you now. I just click a random cell. You can see I am in cell J5. I click another random cell. I am in cell E7. So that this is how Excel knows where to work or which cell you are working with. It's called a name box. Yes. The next one here is wealth, where it displays the formula, or it's called a formula bar, where it displays the formula that is present in Excel. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me do something very simple. One, you can see that it's showing one. I write one again. You can see it's still showing one. Now here, if I write equals to this cell, which is C3, plus this cell, which is D3, enter. You can see that it's showing 2, right? But if I click it here, it's not showing 2. It's showing me the formula. So this is called the formula bar. This is how you will know what is giving birth to these two. Once you click it, Excel will show the hidden formula behind it. You won't see the formula on your screen, rather it is present in the formula bar. So this is the formula bar and this is called the name box. Yes, okay, I didn't explain these other functions. This is autosave. If you click this thing on, what it means that even though if you forget to do control S, it will be saving by itself. Yes, it will be saving by itself at intervals. This is save, this is undo, and this is redo. Undo, redo. And this other one now is customizing your toolbar, your quick access toolbar. Yeah, so that's it. I think I've explained up to this point. And this is how to share your document. If you want to share it to somebody, this is where you come to. And this help section, peradventure there is something you want, you can use this help section. Yes, you can use this help section to get information from Excel. For example, look at it. If I type help, it's going to open up. You can ask the help section, I'm trying to do this, and it will help you to do it better. So that's it. Two more things I'm going to explain. Here, unlike Word, where you see page 1, page 2, page 3, I told us earlier that this Excel interface is called spreadsheet, right? So this thing is called sheet 1. If I want to add another sheet, what this plus sign here is what I will click, and it will create another sheet and call it sheet 2. Yes, it will create another sheet and call it sheet 2. If I click the plus sign again, it will create another sheet and call it sheet 3. So instead of page 1, page 2, page 3, you have sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. That's how Excel work. Sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. If I add again, you have sheet 4. So you keep on going like that. Each sheet has different things. What is in sheet 1 is not going to appear in sheet 2 except you link it. You can link each sheet. You can link even different workbook, but that's for people that are a little bit advanced. I can also teach you that in one of the classes. If anybody asks to know how to do that, I can teach you how to do that also. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, everything, all these whole things is called a workbook. Why only this one is called a worksheet? This one too is called a worksheet, meaning in one workbook you can even have 1,000 worksheets. This is worksheet, this is worksheet, this is worksheet, but all of them together is workbook. So sheet together forms book, and that's that about that. Okay, let me see if I can move my head from the angle I am so that I can show you. I cannot. Oh, behind me, for those of you that will be practicalizing it, where my head is currently showing, there is going to be a zoom icon. Not only a zoom icon, you will see page view. That's how you can know your normal view. You can know page layout, how it will show when you want to print. Now I clicked it, that's why it's like this. Now this page layout, what is telling me that if I want to print, this is how it will come out. This is page 1. This is only what will come out if I print. Okay, someone has asked a question. I'm going to answer that question very soon. Then the next one is page break. Page break is, look at it here. At which time will the page break? Look at it here. Page 1 to break. So you can always toggle around those view options. I think that's that. I've done justice to the Excel interface, except now we have questions that I want to ask. But by and large, I have touched the Excel interface. So even though you're a complete novice, after watching this video, I'm optimistic and very sure that you now know what each and every of these icons stand for. And you are not just looking at it and saying, ah, what's this thing doing? What's this thing doing? You now know. You can always rewatch and rewatch and rewatch till you understand. It is not enough that you watch it once. You are not impressing anybody by telling them it's only once I watch it and I understand. If you can sit down and watch it 10 times and you understand, the ultimate thing is that understand. Because when it matters, when you want to use these things, if you do not understand them properly, you may end up making a mess of yourself. And it will not be nice that you have already make mouths that, I can do Excel, I can do Excel. And just to wrap text, somebody will ask you, oh yeah, come and wrap text. And you spend 30 minutes, you are looking for wrap text. It's not nice. So you can always go through this video, check it one by one. This is wrap text. Okay, now I know. This is bottom align. Now I know. This is fill color. Now I know. This is bold. Now I know. This is summation. Now I know. So doing that, I trust God to help you to become better in Excel. So I'm going to be dropping the assignments. Now this is the assignments. Let me stop sharing. Okay, let me answer the question that I have before that. Oh, I've stopped sharing already. Now, the difference between undo and redo. The meaning of undo is if I've written something, and I wanted to go back. Let's say I type 512 and I wanted to go back. If I undo, 2 will go. If I undo again, 1 will go. If I undo, 5 will go. If I do redo, 5 will come back, 1 will come back, and 2 will come back. So that thing that I have done, I can undo it or I can redo it back. So that's what undo and redo is basically all about. All right, so let's continue before we come to the end of today's session. Let's finish up with our. Okay, I've shared the screen back. Let me know if you can see the screen. Okay, I think the screen is not yet showing. 1 minute. Yes, it's blank. I can see it's blank. I'm going to end the stop sharing and reshare again. Okay, the meaning of page break is Excel does not separate one, two, three, A, B, C. You can see that it is long. So what page break does is when you want to print, it tells you the content that will be present in one page, the content that will be present in second page, the content that will be present in third page. You can set it manually. You can choose where and where you want the page to end. But the only difference is that when you set it manually, it is going to result in that your text might be tiny or your text might be bigger. So that's what page break does. Page break helps you to know how your printing will come out. It helps you to know how the printing will come out. All right. So I'm resharing the screen again once more. This time I trust that it's going to work. Okay, I've reshared it. Okay, sorry. It's yet okay. It has closed again. Sorry about that. Basically what I want to display is the exercise for today. So that's the last thing we're going to be doing though. I'm going to explain the assignment and I'm going to explain how you are going to submit. So because it's expected that everybody will submit. I already have a team that will help me in collating the assignments, in marking. It's refusing to share. I don't know why. It's refusing to share. All right. If it does not share, what I will do is that I'm going to Let me try one more time. Okay, it has shared. So basically, this is it. This is exercise. You are going to open up your Microsoft Excel. You are going to create a new workbook. You are going to enter sample data, name, date, product, and amount. Then you save your workbook with an appropriate name. You get it? So you can decide to type 5 names, 6 names, type dates, but basically create a new workbook, enter datas in your cells. That each of that is called a cell, which I said earlier. So you enter it and um you do that. That's what you do. So you create a simple Excel workbook with a data set of your choice, e.g. daily expense. Now this one is classwork. You will submit it also. So you will do classwork, then you will do assignments. So it's two things you are doing. This is classwork. I expect you that today you do this one and send. Then this one tomorrow you can send it. Or you can send the both of them tomorrow. Tomorrow is for assignment collation. So you can from throughout tomorrow, I think I will say 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Let's be fair. So 12 a.m. to, by tomorrow 12 a.m. deadline for submission. Anything by Wednesday, your submission is void. I will not count your submission. It will be assumed that you did not submit. So you do your exercise and you will do your assignments. I'm going to drop it on the group, your exercise and your assignments. And that is that about that. So thank you. Okay, someone said he asked a question. The alphabet on the columns has A to Z and A, A, Z, B, A, B. Okay, what it means. Now this is what it means. Um A to Z is just 20. Okay, I just pray the Excel will open up so that I can explain with you so that you can understand better. 1 minute. Let me try to display the screen. This time, I pray it doesn't delay us. Oh, okay. Thank God. It's open. All right. Now, you know that alphabet is limited. Alphabet is like 27. So you don't expect Excel to finish in Z. That means it's only 27 columns it will have or row. So what it does is that after Z, it now starts AA, AB. It's just a repetition just to get more and to make sure that nothing looks alike. When you now reach AZ, let's see it, you now start BA, BB. So it's just a way of differentiating each cell so that they will have a unique identifier. It's not anything special. It's not anything special. A to Z, after Z, it can't continue. If you say A again, it will start conflicting because A will now become 2. So you now added AA. When AZ reach, you enter BA. When BZ reach, it will enter CA. Let's see. See, PZCA. So just like that, it just keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. The whole point is so that each cell we have a unique identifier. That's all. It's not anything special. So don't think that if your data is in CM, it's going to be different than when your data is in A. No, it's still the same thing. Each is still a cell. This is a cell. A1 is a cell. They are all cells. So that's it. So I've answered your question. I've also made clarification on page break. So I think that's it. So thank you for being around for this evening. Thank you for taking out time. It's not too lengthy. I tried my best to see how we can maximize our time. Okay, so how can you save to send to someone because the sheet is too long and wide? All right, so when you save, Excel is smart to pick only the place that it can find text. Only the place it can find text. So it's okay. Let's see if I can. Okay, tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm going to be showing you that it will only pick the cells that has text in them and term them as active sheets. Other sheets are not active. It's only when there is a data on them, that's when they become active. So when you save, it's only that active sheet that you send to someone, not except you are sending the whole workbook. But if you want to print, you want to share a particular thing, it is the active sheet you share. You get? So that's it. Yes, I will drop the assignment on the platform. Not to worry. So that's it. Thank you for being around. Today's class is a success, and we thank God that the network was cooperative and there was no issues, and we all learned something new. So I will be doing something right away. I'm going to be opening up the group. What I want you to do for me is to comment on the group. I'm talking about the WhatsApp group now. Comment on what you learned, comment on how the class was, comment on your expectation, comment on whether you expected more. Feel free, just drop a comment so we can see how we can work better and become better. So thank you for being around. Do have a pleasant night rest. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you and have a wonderful night. Bye.